After magical memories were made at Animal Kingdom, we drove about 6 minutes to get to Hollywood Studios. For this park, we opted to purchase Lightning Lane, which was around $100 for the 4 of us. Wait times are much higher at this park, so I highly suggest getting Lightning Lane. But before we can walk down Hollywood Boulevard, we need to park. So just like at Animal Kingdom, how they had the different animals in the parking lot, Hollywood Studios have different characters. So make sure you know which character you have. You can take a picture of that if you'd like, and also which row you're in. You can take a picture of that so you remember where you're parked. Otherwise, you can use the Disney World app. So going to that car locator, just make sure you change the park to the park you're at so you find your car again. We used the tram to get to the front of the park just so we can save walking, and it was very hot. So the tram took us right to the gates. We were able to walk under the Disney's Hollywood Studios sign after going through security, and that's where we were able to scan our Magic Band. So when you scan your Magic Band, you want to make sure that you do your fingerprint and everything turns green. Greens means go and to have a fabulous time walking down Hollywood Boulevard. We like to look at the wait times before we start venturing through the park. So looking at the wait times, Tower of Terror was 70 minutes, Rock and Roller Coaster 55 minutes, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was 45, Toy Story Mania 55, Slinky Dog 75 minutes, 35 minutes at Astro Orbiter, 110 minutes at Rise of Resistance, and 60 minutes at Millennium Falcon. So you can see why getting Lightning Lane is going to be very beneficial when going to this park. But we were really hungry. We wanted to get some food. Our favorite place we go to is the Backlot Express. They have lots of seating options. So they have 2 outdoor areas, which we did not utilize because it was so hot. And then they have a big indoor area as well where we ended up sitting and eating. What's also nice about this restaurant is they do the mobile ordering, so you can order food ahead of time through the app. So when you pull up the Walt Disney World app, you can use that search icon on the bottom right. Use that magnifying glass to start searching for what you like. So we were looking for Backlot Express. So start typing that in and you'll see things populating. You can click on either of those and it'll bring you to the restaurant's main page where you'll click Order Food. From there, you'll select your arrival window. We were hungry, so we wanted it now. So we clicked that place and then we were able to get to the menu. Now when we go, I tend to order off of the kids menu. Now it's going to be cheaper, less portions, which is fine by me, and I think in my opinion you get more options with their kids menu. So the Backlot Express kids menu, you can choose from macaroni and cheese or chicken strips. So one of the kiddos wanted macaroni and cheese, so you can choose your quantity here. And when you're choosing your sides, so you get 2 sides, make sure you click that substitutions because there's going to be more choices. You don't have to select just one of each thing. You can select multiple. So if you want double fries, for instance, which is what I do and you'll see here shortly, you can click that for each side. But then you click your drink. And then the next one was the chicken strip. So again, I'm clicking on the substitutions so that I can get my double fries. There's also lots of drinks to choose from, and the Backlot Express has the fountain drinks, so you can refill your soda if you would like a refill, which not all restaurants have that. So once you get everything ordered, you'll want to review it to make sure you have exactly what you want, and then you'll get to the payment screen. Now, I mentioned before that we use the Disney Rewards redemption card through Chase. Any of our credit card purchases, we get Disney Reward dollars put on a redemption card. So we didn't have to pay for this meal at all. We just used our redemption card, which is another great way to save money while at Disney. I went ahead and submitted our order, and then what we ended up getting was on the home screen of my phone. I got an alert saying, ready for your food. We went ahead and pressed, I'm here, prepare my order. Even when we weren't technically at the restaurant, we were like a minute or 2 out. So if you're just a little bit out, go ahead and click that, and then they'll start preparing your order. So you don't have to wait maybe as long for them to actually get it prepared. But you'll see another screen saying that they're preparing your order, and then when it is ready to go, you'll get another notification saying the pickup window. So bring your phone with you because they'll want to see your order number. So go to the window that it says, and then your food will be waiting for you. This was the food we got, and we actually got a little Disney magic with our order. If you look at all those fries, there's actually chicken tenders hiding underneath them. So we ended up getting 4 orders of chicken tenders with fries instead of 2. So we were okay with that mistake because we got a little extra food. So just know that sometimes the order isn't always 100% correct. Sometimes you get a little magic like we did, and we were very happy to get the extra food. But the chicken fingers are really good. You know, they're juicy, they're thick, they're crispy on the outside, they're always served warm. There's multiple dipping sauces you can choose from. So all around, we're a fan of the chicken tenders. After we had dinner, we went over to Toy Story Land to get ready for some rides. Walking through Toy Story Land makes you feel like a kid again. And not just that, you're the size of a toy. So everything is just bigger and brighter and just a magical place to be. It's fun to see the little pencil that's holding up the lights and all the different building blocks. The first ride we did was Toy Story Mania. Again, we had the lightning lane, but the standby wait time was 50 minutes. So super glad that we went ahead and got that lightning lane. This game is a midway game, so you're gonna play different games that you would play at a carnival. This is a family-friendly ride, any height, any age. There is some spinning in it, so just be aware of that. It's nothing too terribly fast. If you need to know any of the accessibility information, you can look on the Disney World app, but it's gonna be a rootin' tootin' good time. When you walk through the lightning lane, again, you're gonna be immersed in your childhood again. All of the different games that I remember as a kiddo are plastered on the walls, plastered on the ceilings, stacked up around me, and it's all huge. This huge Etch-a-Sketch and these huge domino tiles. It's an amazing place to just, again, feel like a kid. As you get closer to where the ride begins, there'll be a screen that will tell you how to load and how many people can be in each side. You can fit two people or 3 if you have a smaller kiddo. There's also plenty of space for your backpack to be at your feet. Each person will have a lap bar if there's 2 people, which is nice when you have an individual lap bar. There's going to be 2 cannons per row, so 2 people can play, and you'll wear the 3D glasses, and you're going to have a ton of fun. I really like that they included this slide in their little screen presentation while you're in line, because it's a good reminder for Disney rides. So when you're traveling with kids, any kiddo under the age of 7 needs to be with somebody who's 14 years or older. For our group, I had an 11, 9, and a 6-year-old. So my 11 and 9-year-old could sit together, but my 6-year-old had to sit with me. And because my oldest wasn't over 14, she couldn't sit with my youngest. So as you're preparing for the park, just think about that. They do have where you can do a ride swap. So if you need to switch out anybody, so a child can ride with an adult, there is that option. But it's a good reminder for all of the rides at Disney about these ages. So again, it will show you that any toy under the age of 7 will need to sit with a buddy. So when you load into the car, it's not your typical looking ride car. There's actually kind of where you sit back to back with the rest of your party if you have more than 2 or 3 people, which is kind of fun. You spin around and see different things, and so you're not seeing what the people behind you are seeing. So when you get in the ride, you'll have a seat, you'll stow your items on the ground, and you'll pull down on that lap bar. That lap bar will also bring down your cannon so you can reach the little pull string. So all of these games, you're gonna pull that string as fast as you can to get whether you're doing the plate breaking, darts, there's a ring toss. Again, they're just fun carnival games that will remind you of your childhood. and also maybe spark some competition, because in the car, you'll be able to see the score of the person next to you, and you can figure out who maybe is more accurate or who gets the most points or which prize you get, which I always appreciate in this ride. And then you'll also be able to see the best in vehicle as well. And then some really fun statistics too on the best score for that hour, the best score for that day, and the best score for that month, which who knows, maybe if you practice, you can be the best score of the month. After the ride completes, you will exit through the gift shop. So if you love Toy Story and you want anything related to Toy Story, this is going to be the store for you. Tons and tons of options when it comes to Toy Story merchandise. We wanted to do the PhotoPass that was just outside of Toy Story Mania, so we went over there to get our picture taken. After you get your photo taken, you'll have the cast member scan your Magic Band, and that's what's going to get it to upload into your Disney app, which is super convenient. While we were in line, we saw this adorable bunny, which who doesn't love seeing a cute bunny walking around? Since we were able to do one of the lightning lanes, it gave us the opportunity to schedule another one. So you can have up to 3 lightning lanes scheduled at a time. Once you check into your first park and use your first ride, you can book another lightning lane. So to do that in the Disney World app, you're going to just select on Tipboard when you see this lightning lane multi-pass option on the home screen. It's then going to have you scroll down and see what is available. So because it was so late in the day, none of the shows were available for us, which was fine. We were looking at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So that one had a time of 8:10. So I went ahead and clicked on that one. And then after you click on it, you'll select the people in your party. So we had the 4 of us selected, but things are always changing. And so when I was going through this, somebody else must have grabbed that spot. So it said Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is no longer available. Start over. So, okay. But then it gave me a different time. So this time was 8:35 to 8:35 to 9:35, which was fine for us. That worked in our schedule. So then we were able to book that lightning lane. So here's what our plan was. The next one was going to be the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror TM, and then Slinky Dog, and then Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So we headed down Hollywood Boulevard and made our turn to Sunset Boulevard, which has lots of different shops as you're walking towards the Hollywood Tower Hotel. So once we also found another PhotoPass opportunity, and some of the PhotoPass opportunities have little magic in the photos. So this one here, you see Chip sitting on my hand, which is so adorable. These ones take a little bit longer to upload into the app, so you may not see them right away. I think we saw ours a few hours after the photo was taken, so just keep that in mind too if you're looking for it. But there she is in all of her glory, the Hollywood Tower Hotel. Whew, she gives me goosebumps every time I see her. If you haven't been on this ride, it is an experience. So this ride is, you have to be 40 inches to ride it. It's for, any ages, maybe not the littles because they have to be 40 inches, but there's big drops. It's dark. It's scary. It's a thrill ride. You will scream. I know I do. And I love the definition or the description that it'll hurtle up and down, because it really does. It will hurtle you up and down. The wait time for this one was 25 minutes. Again, we had the lightning lane for it. So the lightning lane and standby lane are right next to each other. We had to go to the right-hand side to get into the lightning lane. So it takes you down a pretty long walkway. Now, you'll notice that gentleman stepped over the rope to get a drink of water. So you may be thinking, oh, can I just hop the rope and get into this lightning lane and not have to stand in this long lane? Well, no, because once you get through the lightning lane, you have to scan again to prove that you have a lightning lane for this ride. So enjoy the walk. It will go quickly. The lightning lane does not take long. It was a short walk to get into the hotel, where you'll be greeted by lots of cobwebs and spookiness. And here's where you'll go ahead and scan your Magic Band again.
Hollywood, 1939. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young movie town at the height of its golden age, the Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star in its own right, a beacon for the show business elite. Now, something is about to happen that will change all that. On an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed. Tonight's story in the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard, because in tonight's episode, you are the star, and this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
Once that creepy video is done playing, you're going to be entering into the basement of the Hollywood Tower Hotel. You'll walk through a little path and then you're going to come to a choice point. So you can either go straight or you can turn right. Each choice has two different areas where you'll load, and each loading place, I believe, has a different drop cadence to it. So you switch it up. You know, if you went straight the last time, take a right the next time and see if it's different. You'll then come to the service elevator, which is going to take you up to the 13th floor and hurdle you around. Now the cast members will help you load. It looks goofy, but they do know what they're doing. so trust the process in that and get ready to scream. I did not have my phone out for this one because I did not want it to fall out of my hand as we're falling multiple stories. So when you get off of the ride, you'll have an opportunity to see the PhotoPass. And if you have your Magic Band with the Bluetooth, it will, and it's connected, it'll automatically upload the photo into your app. Otherwise, you can tap your Magic Band underneath the photo that you find. So here's our wonderful photo of all of us screaming. I am the biggest baby on this ride, and that's okay. It's a lot of fun. I promise. When you're done with the ride, and of course there has to be a gift shop so you can get the merchandise to say you survived Tower of Terror. And also, if you're a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan, there is a gift shop or area of that gift shop for that merchandise as well. Next, we're heading into the Star Wars area. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know a ton about Star Wars, but I absolutely love this area. It is so cool. You never know which characters you're going to see underneath the different ships, above you, watching, making sure that everybody's doing as they should. It's seeing just the size of these, whatever kind of ship this is, and being able to get so close to it. Now, we were going to do the Millennium Falcon ride next, which is kind of hidden in this part of the land area, the Star Wars area. I'm not going to lie either. I get lost in this part every time I come in. So I always look for this tall tower thing to know that I'm close to the Millennium Falcon ride. Otherwise, I miss it every time. So this ride, you have to be 38 inches tall. It's for all ages as long as you meet that minimum height requirement. And it's a very immersive ride. You are going to have a job to do. There is a training process though, so keep that in mind. And one tip, we made the mistake once. The first time we went, our 4-year-old at the time became the pilot, and I do not recommend that. So if you have a young kiddo, put them at a different job and not the pilot.
Who might be waiting for? Yes! Come in, come in! I have an opportunity for you all that is very dangerous. I was going to say profitable. You think I'm so heartless I would send my friends to danger? You insult my honor. I believe you have very little honor to insult. We'll talk later.
I have to do everything around him.
Yes. Hello, my friends. I am Hondo Onaka, and this is Onaka Transport Solutions. Today, I am offering the opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in. Oh, the Millennium Falcon. On loan for some very fast and very profitable expeditions. You got your my fine furry friend. Yes. As we agreed, you let us use the ship. We'll get you the supplies you need. It's a win-win. You help the resistance, and I get all the profits.
Now we're heading into the Millennium Falcon, which again is incredible. The amount of detail they put into this queue, it is incredible. Now, I mentioned before that you're going to be getting some jobs. So there are 3 jobs on this ride. There's going to be 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers. So the pilot, there's going to be 1 pilot who goes up and down and 1 pilot to go left and right. The gunners are going to be the ones to shoot stuff, and the engineers are the ones who have to fix everything as the pilots maybe run into stuff. So what we try to do, because we've done this ride multiple times and we're usually placed with people we don't know, we check to see if the other people have ever been on this ride. If they haven't, we go ahead and offer that pilot position for them just so they can have the most immersive experience. To me, that is what makes this ride, is if you can be the pilot. So if you're local or if you've done this ride many times, just check in with maybe the people around you and see if they would be wanting to be the pilot, if maybe this is their one and only chance at Disney. But I felt like Judy from Zootopia. I walked outside and it's night. It became night in Orlando, and it's so beautiful at Hollywood Studios at night, which is why we wanted to go here after Animal Kingdom. I mean, Buzz is standing there just glowing in the dark. It's like you walk through a black light as you're walking back through the Toy Story area. And we were walking back to this Toy Story area because we were going to do Slinky Dog next. The standby wait time was 55 minutes. Again, we had Lightning Lane. So this ride, you must be 38 inches or taller, which is surprising because this is definitely a thrill ride in my opinion with drops. The first time we went on it, I was screaming like a baby because of all the twists and curves and hills and drops. It was more intense than I was anticipating. Another picture opportunity, which is always fun to see the goofy expressions on my kids' faces, and then walking through at night again is just so beautiful to see those Christmas lights and the Rex on top of the Jenga blocks all lit up is so cool. We were then going to head over to Runaway Railway, the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway ride, which was our next Lightning Lane. This ride is for any height, anybody can ride this ride. There's so much going on in this ride. It's one of a kind. This is what kind of sparked the change, I think, in rides at Disney, because of the way that the car is. So as you get through the line here, you're going to have an opportunity to find a hidden Mickey. So when you go through next, see if you can find this hidden Mickey that our daughter likes to point out. And then we get to listen to a fun little tune sang by Mickey and Minnie.
Oh, hiya, folks. Want to take a ride on the train? Excuse me, you there. Do you mind helping these good people into the cartoon while I fix this here locomotive?
I don't know, Goofy. That sounds like a lot of paperwork. I don't think...
Once you get through Goofy's fog tunnel. You will go into another little line. Only takes a few minutes to get through this line, and then you'll see the train approaching, which really fits quite a few people in the train, which helps make that line feel shorter. You all sit in one row, and the lap bar goes down. So I suggest only going down to the lap of the biggest person. I've heard a lot of dads squealing in pain of their kids pushing the lap bar down too far. So be aware of that.
Hooray, hooray, hooray! Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
After all that chaos, Minnie and Mickey finally got their perfect picnic. So amazing. Our final ride of the evening was going to be Star Tours. Now, we did have a lightning lane for this just because we could, but really you don't necessarily need a lightning lane for it, as the line, there's not that many people go in it, and it goes by really quick because you can fit a lot of people in this ride at a time. Star Tours is a 3D simulator ride. You must be 40 inches or taller to ride this ride. And if you have back problems, you may want to skip this ride as well, as there is some significant jerking with some small drops in there. But it's really cool because they have over 250 different ride screens or movies to watch during this ride. So you could really do this over and over again and maybe never get the same 2 simulator rides at the same time, which is really cool to think about.
Attention please. Star Tours Flight 629 service from Naboo is now arriving at Gate 1L. Passengers may be met at the arrivals lounge on level 1. Thank you.
Before boarding Star Tours, you want to make sure to put your 3D glasses on to get the full effect of this amazing ride. Now, we were on this ride until 9:59 p.m. The park closed at 10. So if you are in a line by closing time, by 10 p.m., you can get on that ride. So we hurried up, went around the ride building, and were able to get back on the ride again for one final ride. As cast members were showing guests towards the exit, we were walking down Hollywood Boulevard and saw an opportunity to do a PhotoPass. So you can see this one here had a little more magic to it. There's a rainbow going from my daughter's hand into my hand, which is a great way to end our time at Hollywood Studios, as well as seeing the beautifully lit Hollywood Tower Hotel. As terrifying as that ride is, it's still a beautiful hotel. We are now heading back to our non-terrifying hotel as we get a good night's sleep before heading to Epcot. To see our upcoming trip to Epcot and other videos, be sure to like and subscribe to be part of our magical memories in the making.